Nah. Say it ain't so, Jalen.
The only sports that have salary caps are black-led.
Wow.
First off. So that's basketball and football. Those are the only sports with salary caps. Baseball, golf, NASCAR, tennis, you can keep naming it. They do not have a salary. That's the first thing.
Holy shit.
He's correct. The second thing is they have no after high school restriction. So that's a residue of slavery. Is because we're going to get money off of you for multiple years for free. The only sports that have salary caps are black-led.
All right, we got to stop this. Woo! Black-led. And that's interesting because when you say black-led, obviously we're talking about percentages. So we're going to say a majority, right? So 51% or greater. So you think, obviously, NBA, NFL. Huh. They're the only ones, huh? You sure about that?
Wow.
First off. So that's basketball and football. Those are the only sports with salary caps.
Somewhere on line one is hockey calling up. The NHL's like, no, that's not true. Not only are we not black-led, but we got us a salary cap over there. I think it's like $92 million. You know, pretty low compared to NFL, NBA standards. But at the same time, they got them a cap. Continue.
Baseball, golf, NASCAR, tennis, you can keep naming it. They do not have a salary. That's the first thing.
Holy Jesus. This is how you can influence so many, right? They say if you want to move millions, just whisper to one. And he just whispered to one, more than one. And look how already, without pushback, because look, why would Jalen lie? Why would Jalen be uninformed, misinformed? All of the above, right? Just that assumption of intelligence, which we all know Jalen has earned, but at the same time in this moment is failing. Let's listen.
Holy shit.
He's correct. The second thing is they have no after high school restriction. So that's a residue of slavery. Is because we're going to get money off of you for multiple years for free.
Man, let's stop right there. Woo! He said a whole mouthful in about 30 seconds. Respect to Jalen, that's my dog. At the same time, what are we doing here? Okay, salary caps exist first and foremost in other sports than football and basketball. I talked about hockey, and there's even a softer one when you talk about baseball, but they got the luxury tax, et cetera. Because it's basically something that has been negotiated between your labor union and that entity, whether it's NFL, NBA, et cetera, because you know how much money they're making. You're saying, look, cut us in, give us a percentage, 50-50, wherever you may be, wherever you may land. But you, being a part of your union, is strategizing and trying to actually get a part of their system. So it's not unique to black sports, right? MLS even has a salary cap structure. So it's not that. It's the big dogs, NFL, NBA, and the players and their union saying, we know how high y'all gonna fly. We wanna make sure we soar as well. So that's part one. Also, you got to understand that these unions negotiated and approved of these caps, and the unions are consisted of representatives from those sports and representatives at the executive level, right? So you guys have actually said, we want to be a part of this. We want a salary cap because we want a guaranteed percentage of the league revenue, right? We want to have minimum salaries that are high. We want pensions and health benefits, et cetera. You know, we fought for free agency rights. And then when you have a salary cap, what happens is because a high tide rises all the boats, it increases the average per player, per performance. Like, that's why they're making so much money, because they're tied together. You get half of the revenue, they sign a huge deal. Guess what? Part of that deal. Now we understand we're performing, but we're going to get into the racial element, but we're performing no matter who you are, and we're going to get a part of that high tide. Oh, my God. I just can't believe I heard that. Like we are in this sport because we have volunteered. It is not a birthright. It's a privilege. Whether you black, see people say black privilege, there ain't no black privilege. Yes, there is. There's a privilege of being in the NFL. There's a privilege of being in the NBA. It's a privilege of being a pro athlete. You don't have to. Go ahead. Do you. Exactly. Oh, you don't want to do you. You want to do this. Well, then this has been negotiated by y'all, you included, to say this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you 48%. We'll give you 50%, whatever it may be. The numbers usually are around there. Then it gets into like the NIL. Then we're going to get to the slavery part. The NIL, which is now, post high school, what do? They have the restrictions on you. Well, the NIL has come to attack that. But there were the restrictions there, and it seemed like, oh man, they doing that only for football and basketball. Why are they doing it? But basketball kept wavering, kept going back and forth, right? There was a 1 year, then it was like, you used to play all your years, then you 1 year, then no years, and then 1 year. Football is like the maturity element, the risk element, physical harm element, like really giving you an opportune shot. We're gonna make you wait 3 years, 20 years old, whatever it may be. But that's still collectively bargained, negotiated. Black people were in there. We've had black directors, executive directors of the FLPA. DeMaurice Smith comes to mind. Like you have had people of color representing the league, representing the players, representing the association, all together in negotiations. Yeah, this is racial. Now, the remnants of slavery, the reason I think that one is what he brought it home with is because of, like the book, $40 Million Slave, which talks about how the owners make billions and the players make millions. And since the players in these two sports are black, then look, it's an easy parallel. But it's not an easy parallel. And I've always pushed back on this. I've always said, look, no one ever volunteered to become a slave. And all these players are volunteering to become slaves. Players. Everyone. You want to do something versus you don't want to do something, but they're the same. How do we even have a starting point? How do we have anything of congruence? We don't. You develop it further. Look at the riches. Look at what you're afforded by that performance. And you're like, oh, but they making way more than you. Well, if I start an entity, whatever I am, I'm going to make more than those who I employ to do that same work for my entity. I don't care what the work is. No? You own anything? You own something. You may just have IP. You may just have concept. You may just have idea. But if you bring that to life, everybody who works it, who makes that happen, not making more than you. We're in the shared experience, but you know how this starts. I'm the first domino. I must fall. This take, because of the ignorance, is the poison. Because it spreads, and it spreads so much faster. This was viral. This went way faster than if he went up there and said, well, the NHL has a salary cap, and that's a white league. And people were like, oh, facts, oh, reality, oh, what are you talking about? I play ball, and I hate when people try to bring in slavery when I'm talking about me running hills, doing jumping jacks, being better than my opponents, being better than people that look like me, people that didn't look like me. I didn't give a damn who you were as long as I was better. Like, don't undermine my road of getting there and then say, oh, man, you got taken advantage of. Did I? Because football gave me way more than I ever gave that sport. And that's every single player ever, not just me. So, tough one right there. It's all good. I've had worse takes, just not as racial. Be up in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this. Crazy. What's good, fam? It's your boy, Marcellus Wiley. And I got to talk to you about something that's been a game changer for me. Y'all know I've been on the comeback trail after my hip surgery. And let me tell you, getting back to 100% ain't easy. I've been looking for anything to give me that edge, to help me bounce back stronger, faster. And that's where VINIA's new blood flow hydration product comes in. Oh, this ain't just another supplement, people. This is about optimizing your body from the inside out. Since I started taking VINIA blood flow hydration, I'm feeling a big difference in my physical therapy sessions and my energy levels. And for anyone out there, or just looking to elevate your daily well-being, this is it. So head over to my link in my bio, check out VINIA blood flow hydration, and start your own comeback story. Trust me, your body will thank you.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the word is
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.